Hey guys, Katie from the Katie Show blog here, and today we're going to be going through my plastic-free-ish update. I think we're up to number 5 now. This is to recap the month of May where I gave up using plastic straws. Let's see how it went. So when I'm home, I always use the reusable straws and just chuck them in the dishwasher. So I got a packet of like 6 of these types. Now they're still plastic, so I feel a bit silly that I bought those, but they're quite old now. I've had them for ages and I didn't know about, plastic and all that sort of stuff when I bought them. So now I'm just using them until they wear out or break or whatever, and then I'll replace them with a better alternative. But I use them a lot at home and they've lasted for ages so far. And so these are the ones that I really love for being eco-friendly and using at home. So these are glass straws by Glass Dharma. If you go way back on my blog, I got these a few years ago and I promoted them as well. Now once these plastic ones I have break or are no longer usable, I'm gonna replace them with more of these. And then I can just have these at home to use because these are my favorite so far. And I especially like the Glass Dharma ones. I got a pack of maybe 4 or so, but since I've moved, a few of them broke in the move. So I think this is my last one left. But the other ones had like nice patterns on the top. You could get like, my favorite one had little blue dots along the side. So I like the decorative nature of it. But I like this because I drink a lot of smoothies and it's quite a large straw for that. Hello. That's what I like about it. Of course, it's super eco-friendly and reusable, and you can get cleaners for them to clean the inside. So that's handy. So that's what I use at home, and I've used those at home for a long time now, so that's nothing new. But the challenge presented itself because I wanted to take a reusable straw out with me in public so that when I go out, I can have something to use. And these two just really weren't ideal. So I started by trying to take these ones out with me, but it wasn't really working out because there were a few reasons. Firstly, I don't have like a large handbag. I have a tiny little black bag that I take with me everywhere, and it's pretty much as long as one of these straws. So the first time I took one of those out, I had it along the bottom, and since there was like no room for it to move really, it couldn't even sit flat, it was at a bit of a diagonal, I like leaned on my bag that day and snapped the straw in half. So I lost one just on that first day of trying to use a reusable one. So that didn't really work out. And sometimes also I don't even carry a bag. I like to just take my wallet and phone and whatever and go. So that's maybe just a me thing because I don't have a big handbag or carry a lot of stuff, but that was one of the issues I had. And then also I didn't like it floating around in my bag, like with my keys and other stuff, and I don't know what germs are in there, but I didn't like the idea of it being loose in there. It just kind of creeped me out. So I wanted something a little more convenient, and I did some searching and did find one, and it's this. It's the Final Straw. So this is the old one. They have since announced they're releasing a 2.0, which is probably going to be even better, so keep an eye out for that. It is so convenient because you can fit it in anything. You put it in your pocket, you put it on your keys. I can put it in my little black bag, or I just put it on my keys usually. And it has a full-on straw inside, but it folds up. Let me just get it out. There we go. Isn't that cool? It just pops into place when you take it out. It's so nifty, so convenient. So I got the rainbow one for myself. Hopefully you can see that. Rainbow one for myself, and I got a silver one for my husband. He's not really doing any plastic-free challenge. I just figured if he didn't like it, then I would have 2. But he actually liked it and kept his. So I just have the one for myself, and then he has the silver one. I got the 2 different colors so we could tell them apart. And then we each have a different color case as well. So yeah, it's just the straw. It has some soft bits at the end for your mouth so you're not going straight onto the hard surface. And in the container, it comes with a cleaning rack, you can see here, so you can dry it out when you're not using it as well. But it all fits in the container. Just have to push a little for that section, but then you just fold up the straw, and then that's how big it is, and you pop it back in. It's so cool. It's so easy to use. I love that I've been able to have it with me at all times, and it's separated from all my germs in my bag, and then also that it's taken away the problem of not being able to fit it or not being convenient enough to fit in my tiny little bag. So I love that. The only downside with the final straw is that it's a bit expensive. It's $25 just for the one straw. You do get the case and the drying rack and everything with it, but still it is on the pricier side for a straw. So that would be the only downside. Super convenient on one hand, like you can't beat that convenience, but a little bit expensive on the other hand. So that's your pros and cons for that. Now the only tip I have for you in terms of using a reusable straw while you're out and about or while you're traveling is that you have to be a little proactive and a little assertive in refusing the straw that they're going to offer you, because people are trained to just give you a straw, and the people working at restaurants and all that, they're busy, they're just going to automatically like be an autopilot and try and give you a straw, and you really need to refuse it either ahead of them offering it or in that moment. I know it feels a little odd, or maybe it feels a little rude even, but if you let them leave the straw there and then it stays on your table, it's just going to get cleaned in one big hit and end up in the trash anyway, so you might as well have just used it in that case. So it's really important to just, when they offer it to you, make sure you just, no thank you, I don't need the straw, so it stays with them. It's one less one that goes in the trash at least. That's the only really thing I've encountered so far, is just being more proactive and speaking up more and being a bit ahead of people offering you the straw. And like anything, it's going to be a habit for you as well, because you're probably used to receiving the straw and just using it, so it's not going to be natural at first to be saying that you don't want the straw. So give yourself a little break. You'll probably make mistakes and forget a couple of times, and that's okay, but just try and keep reminding yourself and build the habits, because that's all it's about really, is just building new habits and practicing new things. But yeah, it's like anything, it's going to take some time, it's going to take some practice, and just keep working at it. Just because you forget once, it's not going to be the end of the world. Just remember the next time and the next time, and you'll be fine. So that's it for now. I hope this has been able to help you if you have been looking into a few more options in terms of using a reusable straw. If you've already been using a reusable straw and have any tips or comments or suggestions on how other people could make the change, please check them in the comments below, because they're always helpful and it's a good way to share all our information so we can learn from each other. Otherwise, I hope my tips have also helped you. I'll write up a full review from my website of the straws I used and the month overall, so if you're interested in checking that out, I will put the link in the description below. I'll also pop links to the final straw and the glass Dharma straws that I use at the moment, if you want to check them out, and maybe I'll chuck an Instagram in there as well. If you want to follow me on Instagram, that would be cool. Otherwise, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.